addressing the needs and interests of Fort Hood's Army families, this is Family Focus. I'm Angie Malone. In this edition of Family Focus, we'll find out about the largest food drive in the state of Texas, and we'll check out the newest art school addition to the Skies Unlimited program. We'll also sit down with Shirley Quick, who is the Fort Hood Relocation Manager. We'll discuss the highly innovative Sponsor a Spouse program. Welcome to Family Focus. For the past 20 years, Food for Families has been the largest one-day food drive in Texas, encompassing 9 counties total. Volunteers from Fort Hood gathered for more than 14 hours at numerous locations to collect non-perishable food items to distribute among people in need of a little extra help this holiday season. Now, I take all of you to the food drive that will really hit home for more than 2,000 special military families. Where there is a will, there is a way to feed the hungry of Central Texas.
We have a lot of families to feed this weekend, a lot of baskets to do, and we do this once a year.
This year's Food for Families food drive was a success with the help of military patrons donating food at both Fort Hood commissary locations.
I've got soldiers from the 154 and from the 96 Trans supporting, picking up food and stuff for the food drive from the local vendors and stores in the area here in Killeen and Harker Heights, and a lot of the schools that are supporting the food drive.
The food was gathered from numerous collection sites and delivered to the main way station at the Killeen Special Events Center. Volunteers from the Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, HEB grocery stores, Texas Army National Guard, the U.S. Army, and other community service organizations staffed each site.
It's a little slower. We're definitely seeing more clients right now than we ever have. So there's a pinch for food, not just here, nationwide. And I think it's just because of the economy. I hope that's it, and I hope things pick up.
Some of the items collected were being sorted for some special military families.
Tomorrow I have some other soldiers coming to help me put together 2,200 baskets. And those 2,200 baskets are going to feed soldiers, all go to soldiers that either the CFS or the chaplains have recognized as needing some help during Thanksgiving.
Early numbers indicate the food drive collected nearly 1.2 million pounds of food, all during one day of giving. Reporting from Killeen, Angie Malone, 3 Corps Public Affairs. That was really a successful food drive, and just in time for this holiday season. Coming up after the break, we'll learn about a creative way for military spouses to make a smooth transition when first arriving here at Fort Hood. Keep it here. You're watching Family Focus.
I'm Gary Sinise. Most of you know me as Lieutenant Dan in the movie Forrest Gump or from TV's CSI New York. I hope you also know how honored I am to be in the company of soldiers, and how sad I am when I hear about warriors who waste their lives through suicide. Suicide is not the answer. Suicide is final. It robs you of your chance for a better life. Suicide is heartbreaking to your family and your battle buddies. It's heartbreaking to me. You are our nation's finest citizens, and we need all of you. Sometimes the most courageous act is reaching out for help. Just know that someone will be there to lend a helping hand. If you are feeling suicidal, reach out. Reach out right now.
Welcome back. I'm Angie Malone, and our in-studio guest here today is Miss Shirley Quick. She's with the relocation branch out at ACS. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
Now, you're here to speak about the Sponsor a Spouse program. Tell me more about that.
Well, our Sponsor a Spouse program started when the war first broke out. It was a new initiative that I had to be able to get closer to families. Most families feel like they're just a number when they arrive here at Fort Hood. Fort Hood is so big, it's overwhelming, and it is indeed the great place. So at relocation, as the relocation manager, I said, well, what can we do to make it better and ease the stress as you're relocating and trying to get settled in here at Fort Hood? So we created a program called Sponsor a Spouse. And what we do when people come into relocation or call for a welcome packet or any briefings or trainings that we do, and especially at our Hood Howdy, they can fill out a card and we become their sponsor. We ask them if they have a sponsor. Most likely, most of them don't get sponsors, so we become their sponsor. And we work with them one-on-one on anything that they may be having problems with getting settled in. It's finding housing or getting signed up for the TRICARE, anything. The list of, we make a checklist of things that you need to do when you settle in.
Now, when you say a sponsor, are you talking about just one person that is like that point of contact for that spouse?
Yes, I have 3 program coordinators, and what I do is assign them to one of the program coordinators, and the program coordinators work with them in one-on-one. It doesn't matter if it takes a day or 3 months. It doesn't matter. We just work with them for the referral and follow-up. Some families don't know, as the soldier get in here and go through in processing and get down to his unit to take care of the mission, sometimes there's a little gap in between that. He might not have got the family over there to sign up for the TRICARE, or the family is sick when they get here, or we had a family that had a lot of animals and they had 4 children, so we work with them on a one-on-one to actually get them selling and finding a place. The biggest issue is, of course, housing, but finding a job and know all the details of how to look for employment. And it's just the basic information about the schools. We have the school information there, right there in the relocation office. They can call, they can use our telephone, they can call. And we have additional relocation office, a joint program with the housing office. So we can sit there and work with the families on a one-on-one, and housing has computers and everything available. So we can work with these families on these issues.
So the Sponsor Spouse Program, is it for all ranks, or who can actually
It's for all
utilize
ranks.
it?
Any active duty military family member, or even a retiree. It's for anyone that's an ID card holder that comes into Fort Hood area and need direct assistance.
Now, tell me, why is it going to be beneficial for a spouse out there to use this Sponsor a Spouse program rather than just going at it by themselves?
Well, because you go through a lot of stress, and most likely most people have 2 children, maybe they are small children, and they have animals, and it's kind of overwhelming when you first arrived here because there's so much going on. The traffic is, everybody's moving and going about their way, so you maybe feel like I'm left out. It's my first duty station. I don't know where to go, and if I go to this building, they say no, go to that building. So it makes a difference if you can have one location, get in here and get settled in and get taken care of. That's what we do. We're here to take care of the families and make it easier, because you're already stressed out knowing that he's going to war. You're already stressed out knowing I'm going to this new duty station and I don't know what to do or where to go. I didn't know it was the FRG group. I didn't know that it was things available. I didn't know that it was 2 commissaries, I didn't know that these things were available to me as a military spouse.
Now, the Sponsor a Spouse program, I'm understanding it's just one segment of relocation.
Yes.
What other services do you offer?
Yeah, we have our lending closet where you can borrow pots and pans and household goods until your household goods actually arrive.
Great.
Or if you need them a little bit longer. So we have the basic household goods for you can borrow for that. We have an international spouse support group that we meet every month, and we have different activities like scrapbooking and jewelry making and a wellness program. We have immigration that comes every third Thursday of each month. They actually come from San Antonio to work with the soldiers and the families. We have over 75 people actually attend this event, and they will go over your citizenship papers, anything that has to do with immigration. They're here to do direct assistance with you on that. And then we have a Waiting Families program that we work a lot with our Mobilization Employment Office to have activities for families who are waiting and, families that are deployed, so we can relieve some of that stress. And as you relocating and trying to get settled in here at Fort Hood, it really makes a lot of difference.
Now, does the relocation branch offer any classes or briefings?
Yes, we do have classes. We call it PCS on the Go.
Okay.
Every 4th Tuesday of each month for families who are actually leaving. It's a website called Military Installations. It's called Plan My Moves. You can actually download a book about any installation anywhere, worldwide. You can go in and it gives you all the information about your new duty station, like your units, your transportation, your housing, the school, employment, everything you need to go. We also have, I have ACS outreach program along with relocation.
Okay.
And our ACS outreach program has our mobile information station. And we actually carry the information to the soldiers and families at the unit.
Wow.
And we don't have a van, but it's a mobile table. We set it up anywhere.
So you go to them?
Yes. Our staff, we have a staff that actually goes any place you want us to go. It could be on post or off post. It could be morning, noon, evening, and we do a lot with our pre-deployment briefings.
Now, speaking of mobility, you actually were kind of talking before we started about the Harker Heights Outreach Center. Do you have a representative out there as well?
Yes, we have an information and referral. You can go out there and get your welcome package. You can go out there and get a lot of great information about our programs also. And you can actually go out there and get an AER loan.
Oh, wow. A lot of things going on in that new building out there.
Yes.
Now, Mrs. Quick, if you could just tell me how our viewers can get in contact with you to use some of these services.
You can call us at 287-4471, and we're located at 761st Tank Battalion in the Rivers Building 121, right across from the Mega Food Court. And we're open 7:30 to 4:30.
Okay, and then is there a website affiliated also?
Yes, there's a website. You can go to the mwr.hood, and you can actually go into services, and you access ACS.
Okay.
And you can go to any branch of Army Community Services within that website.
Okay, great. Sounds good. A lot of awesome information.
Oh, yes.
I just want to say thank you so much for being here with us today, and hopefully everyone out there can utilize those great services. We'll be right back after these messages.